Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Advice, Guidance and Interviews YouTube video for the CPCAB Level 2 Certificate in Counselling Skills and also the CPCAB Level 3 Certificate in Counselling Studies. My name is Jonathan Green and I'm the Curriculum Team Leader for Health and Science. In terms of an overview of this YouTube video, by the end of this video we will have provided you with an overview of the courses that we've applied for, which will either be the Level 2 Certificate in Counselling Skills, the Level 3 Certificate in Counselling Studies, and also to provide you some information about one of our new courses which we are hoping to deliver from September 2020, which is the Level 4 Diploma in Therapeutic Counselling. We'll also look at entry requirements for our programmes, as expectations on programme and as a college, to then provide you with an opportunity for thought and reflection ahead of your interviews, which will be conducted by telephone. And we'll talk you through the process as well. It'll be quite a lengthy video, it'll be around 20 minutes, but hopefully it'll be able to set the scene behind some key information for you. Feel free to skip forward to the sections that are relevant to you, but ultimately all of this is based on frequently asked questions as well. So our counselling programmes are delivered at Dearne Valley College through the awarding body of what's called CPCAB, the Counselling Psychotherapy Central Awarding Body, which is one of the UK's leading awarding bodies that specialise in counselling. Our qualifications lead to nationally regulated qualifications that have been designed to give you, the learners, the underpinning knowledge, skills and behaviours to use helping and counselling skills ethically and safely. They are qualifications for those who want to learn counselling skills in other professional or helping roles, to support, for example, your work roles that you've currently got, for those who want to improve their professional and personal relationships as part of personal development, and also to take the steps in training to become a qualified counsellor. So as an overview of our Level 2 Certificate in Counselling Skills, it is a portfolio-based qualification where you complete outcomes that link to using counselling skills both ethically and safely, establishing and sustaining the boundaries of the helping role, working empathetically, focusing on the helpee's needs and concerns, developing your own self-awareness, and using a range of counselling skills to help facilitate that interaction and to be able to utilise feedback and reflection to enhance your own counselling skills. There is one externally examined component, and that is whereby at the end of or close to the end of the academic year, you'll sit an external exam where you watch a 15-minute video of a helping session and complete a 1-hour exam in relation to the video, and this is sent to CPCAB for assessment. The Level 3 is very similar in terms of its structure. It's coursework based, and there is also an exam, which is a 20-minute video of a counselling session and a 1 1/4 hour exam that is a written assessment. In terms of the portfolio of evidence, we'll work through a range of learning outcomes, such as preparing to work within an ethical framework, understanding the counselling process and relationship, looking at the differences between diversity issues to develop a much more empathetic understanding, as well as looking at theories and practices to further develop your counselling skills. A big process and part of our programme is surrounding the journey and exploration of your own self-development. So alongside the core aims and learning outcomes of our qualifications, personal development is central to our curriculum. As helpers and aspiring counsellors, you ultimately will be the main tool with which you help clients, and if we've not been able to look at ourselves in depth, it'll become very difficult to offer an high quality service or counselling support. You will develop self-awareness as well as emotional intelligence, and in doing so, by accepting ourselves, this will allow us to offer the same acceptance to clients. As well as this, it will help deal with our own personal triggers during a session, because we must be able to understand our own processes, as if we can't deal with these and don't deal with these, we may risk damaging both ourselves and the clients. So one of our most key questions or regular asked questions that we'll ask you during your interview as recommended as an entry requirement from CPCAB, is do you have the ability to cope emotionally with the demands of this course? Now, we aren't going to discriminate or prejudice you by this disclosure if we ask. Rather, we ask for your own professionalism and own self-awareness engage in this. Throughout our programmes, as we've mentioned, there's going to be this journey and exploration of your own self-development, and this may explore your own personal triggers and life experiences. So if you have recently or currently receiving counselling support or other types of mental health support, or if you've recently had a traumatic experience, you may wish to consider, is this the right time for you to start this journey? Or may this ultimately be damaging or too soon? Are you wanting to undertake this programme to develop your counselling skills and your own personal development? Or do you need to refer yourself for counselling support or mental health support? Although we provide counselling services for our students on programme, this programme isn't a counselling service. So if you do feel you need counselling support, we recommend that you speak to your GP, a close family member, or a mental health charity, for example, Mind or Samaritans. Most of all, we want this journey and exploration of your own self-development to be healthy and developmental, not to be damaging and detrimental. As well as developing personal and self-development, one of the other things that we look at is the bridge of theory to practice. And our programmes bridge the gap between this by learning how to use evidence-based skills practice. So throughout the course or courses, you'll have the opportunities to develop and practice counselling skills that you are learning in safe environments that try and represent real life situations. We emphasise collaborative practice and peer support, and your tutor and your peers will continually provide you with feedback to further develop your counselling knowledge, skills and behaviours. In terms of method assessment, as we've mentioned, it's portfolio based, and there'll be a range of assessments that will enable you to achieve the learning outcomes and criteria, and equally there is also an externally assessed component, which is typically an exam. So our counselling tutors specialise in counselling and are verified to teach by the central awarding body. They're all qualified to teach at the level of the course, and they're all practicing counsellors and have their own therapy services. So in terms of our teaching team, there is myself who oversees the counselling curriculum as part of Health and Science at Dearne Valley College. We've also got Jason Rose, Jodie Wigfill from September 2020, and also our curriculum administration officer, Donna Pearson. So in terms of our entry requirements for the Level 2 Certificate in Counselling Skills, you need to be aged 18 and over. For you to demonstrate the ability to work at Level 2, we advise and ask that you have got already, prior to entry, Functional Skills Level 2 English and Functional Skills Level 2 Maths, all recognised equivalents. As previously mentioned, for you to demonstrate the ability that you can emotionally cope with the demands of the course. Our course fees are £362, and there is a variety of ways that you could pay for those fees, which could be through self or employer funding, but also your fees may be remitted if it's your first full Level 2 and you're aged between 19 and 23, or if you're currently in receipt of a qualifying benefit. Our programmes start on the 21st September and run to the end of May, and will be delivered on either Tuesdays or Thursdays between the times of 1:30 to 4:30 or 6 o'clock till 9 o'clock in the evening. They are currently subject to change. For the Level 3 Certificate in Counselling Studies, you need to be aged 19 and over. You need to have completed the Level 2 Certificate in Counselling Skills or recognised equivalent, and you also need to have got Level 2 English and Level 2 Maths or recognised equivalents. And as with emotional stability, we ask that you've got the ability to cope with the demands of the course as well. Our course fees are £811 for the academic year. You can opt to take what's called the Advanced Learner Loan, which is provided by Student Finance England, to cover the course fees. It is a loan, and we can provide you with further information if you so desire. Alternatively, you could have fees remitted if it's your first full Level 3, and again, you're aged between 19 to 23, or there is the opportunity to pay through yourself or through an employer. Our start dates are the same. We start in the 21st of September and finish at the end of May. The days are committed to be on Thursdays between the times of 1:30 to 4:30 or 6 o'clock until 9 o'clock in the evening. Again, these are subject to change. We typically know and can confirm these during summer. And new for 2020-21, so from September onwards, we are hoping to deliver the Level 4 Diploma in Counselling Studies. For this, you need to be aged 19 and over, to have achieved the CPCAB Level 2 Certificate in Counselling Skills, and also the Level 3 Certificate in Counselling Studies, to also have Level 2 English and Maths, and to be able to cope with the demands of the course. Our course fees are £2,335 per year. You can undertake that through paying by yourself, through a self or employer fund, or through the advanced loan again. And this course is due to start week commencing the 21st of September and runs until the early June. This will be held on Saturdays between 9 until 4 o'clock. So the purpose of the CPCAB Level 4 Diploma in Therapeutic Counselling ultimately is to prepare you for the role of working as a counsellor in a therapy or agency context. So ultimately, it is all about working ethically, safely and professionally as a counsellor, working within the counselling relationship, working with diversity within counselling work, using a user-centred approach, working with self-awareness and a coherent framework of counselling theory and skills, and also working self-reflectively as a counsellor. There also is an examination component, of which is an audio recording of a preset role-play counselling session, and there's also a 2-hour written candidate review paper under exam conditions, which typically take at the end of year 2. So our steps to success and our expectations. All our courses are intense by nature and will challenge you both academically and emotionally. At the start of every course, we have expectations. So all applicants and enrollees are under a 6-week probation. We expect 100% attendance, professionalism, high performance, commitment and courage throughout the programme. And to finalise, just to show you some success, we have got one of our colleagues, Elaine Merzer's route to success in becoming a counsellor.
I would recommend Dearne Valley College. Not only are they there to offer opportunities and to upgrade your skills, there is a full support network around you from teachers and student services. I chose Dearne Valley College initially as I was asked to go on an introductory to counselling course, and that was a really good place to go. I thought it offered the best opportunity for me. I did my level 2 and level 3 there and decided to stay there due to how the tutors were with me and what they offered. The job opportunities are quite good out there in terms of there's lots of volunteering opportunities so you can give back to people. There is potential out there as well for you to be self-employed and to go into real opportunities such as clinical supervision and even teaching counselling, because I know there is a need for counselling teachers out there as well. My advice would be don't let your fears and self-doubt hold you back. You don't know you can't do it until you've tried.
So some hints and tips for your telephone interview. One of our admission tutors, Jonathan, Joanne, Jackie or Tina, will be contacting you via telephone between the allocated time slot. Please see your email that you have currently received. Your interview will last approximately 10 to 15 minutes. We may ask you questions and talk about the following, so make sure that you're prepared to discuss and answer these. We'll be asking you questions such as, what has made you apply? Are you meeting the entry requirements for our programmes? Discussions around funding information, additional support needs and disclosure of criminal convictions. And if any of our admissions tutors can't answer any questions that you may have put, we'll make sure that we respond to you with an answer either via email or telephone. I hope that you found this YouTube video useful, and we look forward to hearing you during your telephone interviews. Thank you.